I was very young when I played my first video game. It was Far Cry 1 on my dad's Xbox Classic and I loved it. Video games have been around for a very long time though, likely longer than anyone watching this. Actually, let me look this up. Oh. Yeah, no, probably older. I'm not here to talk about the history of video games though, or older video games. I'm here to talk about their importance today and where they fit in a world of movies, books and music. I have a confession. I haven't played Doom Eternal. Even so, I always see how incredible people portray it to be, and I'll take their word for it and buy it as soon as I have the money. This game and the franchise as a whole basically shoves you into the life of a man who kills demons for a living and, well, makes you kill demons. The game is a first-person shooter, a category I have a love-hate relationship with. It represents a classic era of shooter games which promotes using brute force to get from point A to point B by killing everything that enters your field of vision. Most importantly, the game is fun. There isn't a whole lot to say, honestly, and I think that's a good thing for what I perceive it to be. I still haven't played it. Want to know a secret about me? I am a huge music fanatic. I own and kind of play the guitar and ukulele, which isn't an impressive assortment of instruments by any means, next to some others, but I love them and I love playing them. Point is, I have an ear for music, and it's no coincidence that Undertale falls under the category of some of my all-time favourite games. Every soundtrack in this game is memorable, whether you're fighting a literal deity, using the power and determination of 6 human souls and hundreds of monster souls, or you're fighting a white frog. It is just fantastic. This game has a lot more of an emphasis on character. You meet a big cast of distinguished, memorable characters who you can meet and talk to until you know them more than you know your own mother. You need to play this game if you haven't already. For people about to complain about certain games not appearing in this video, here is a list of games that I do believe deserve a spot, but I just have not played them or know enough about them yet. Yes, I know Elden Ring is on this list. I've been avoiding spoilers until the day I can buy it, but I am a very broke person. Anyway, now on to the main reason I'm making this video.
I'm worried my path is coming to an end, Mr. Swanson.
I've had an opportunity to take a step back and think about things, and I decided to boot up Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time in nearly a year. I didn't do much, I just rode on a horse with my Spotify playlist on full blast. It let me put things into perspective, and I felt like I could think about things for the first time in a while. I might not play video games too much anymore, but I feel like a childhood of playing video games has defined me as a person. They're good time killers and they can teach you so much about what to be as a person. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018. But I was one of the obnoxious people that didn't play past the snow and just decided it was boring. I know. I found it on sale in 2022 for a good price 6 years later and decided to give it another go. I decided 50 hours into the game, watching Arthur Morgan face the sun in desperate last breaths. This game is special. This game teaches you about life. Arthur is a flawed man. He spent his life running with Dutch van der Linde, who took him in as an orphan, and upon getting diagnosed with tuberculosis, he is faced with his mortality. You see, Arthur was a bad man. He killed people, he ruined people's lives, and he destroyed countless families, all for a greater purpose. All of this was to fulfill Dutch's vision. Now Arthur was slowly unravelling the truth about Dutch's persona, and he realised at the same time that it was all for nothing. I would argue that Arthur needed to die, or at least be held in prison. He still killed people, and did many horrible things, and the victims needed justice to be served, and it was. The same goes for John Marston. The important thing is, though, he tried. At the end of his life, following his revelation, he was helping people, he was absolving debts, and importantly, he was happy to do that. Arthur isn't a bloodthirsty, bronze before brains kind of man. He was conditioned to be one, to serve Dutch's true intentions. We can even see this in his journal, where you can see that he is actually quite the artist. Art can be a symbol of patience and appreciating the finer details in things. A stark contrast of what he is perceived to be at the start of the game. You can even see it in his relationship with Mary Linton. He does truly miss her and he wants to go back, but he sadly chooses the gang over her in the end. Arthur Morgan said that he wanted to die facing the west in order to look back at all of the years the gang spent together.
Me? I don't care about that nonsense.
Come on.
Face me to the west so I can watch the setting sun and remember all the fine times we had that way.
See, Tilly? I told you Arthur had a soul.
But importantly, he dies facing the east, facing the rising sun. He isn't stuck looking back anymore. He is now looking towards a future. He's looking to a brighter future for John and Jack and for every other surviving member of the gang. He let go of all of his anger and resentment at the end of his life. It's the same reason why he didn't cough or spit on Micah Bell's face at the end so he would contract tuberculosis. Arthur Morgan is a man that shows that even the lowest of people can grow and be better. We can all take something from him. We all have things that we regret and things we wish we can go back and change. But the important thing is that we can't. The important thing is that we grow from it. The important thing is that we don't face west. We face east.